Good evening. We now have mini meters on the go here, because sometimes it's nice to have a different meter on the go. See, it's good, isn't it? Trying out new things, even though I already have tried this before. Why isn't this loading? I click on it, it just does that. Oh no, it's loading this time. Happy Monday. It's a quiet day. I have tried to rest, and I have rested. I need a brew though. I need a cup of tea. That's what I need. So I'm going to do another intro for this one. It's on a similar D&B tune a few days ago. And for this one, I'm going to do something. I mean, just an intro. I'm just going to try and make an intro that sounds good. Okay, there's clearly something wrong here. We need to go into the audio engine, but this is in the way. There we go. Configure audio. We need to switch it back to FL because that's the only way to get Windows sound on the desktop. I know there's another way we can do this, but I'm not so stuck right now. So just an intro would be good, wouldn't it? So yeah, I've got to make sure that I don't accidentally press that, because that'll make everything disappear. Okay. These drums are just like temporary drums as well. There's things that I like about them, but yeah, they're just like placeholders. The rhythm is there's something not quite right about the pace around the snare. I can't really describe it. But do I feel like doing drums today? I actually don't. I feel like my arm hurts too much from holding a mouse. Why does it though? Why I need to switch arms? But then my left hand is so used to using all the keyboard shortcuts. Stand-up desks are good. If I had one of those, I would use it. Just to have a different posture. Ow. Right. Thanks for liking, Aislinn. Right. So intro. Someone just showed me an intro vibe. It was, and he just linked to a tune on Instagram, D&B, and he said it sounded like something I was working on in a previous stream. So I was like, oh right, I wonder what that is. And yeah, it had this like very different it was quite different actually, but I could see what he was saying. It was some similarities, but the difference was there was this big intro. Is that there's a type of drum and bass intro where you have a bit of an intro, the first part of the intro, and then the second part of the intro is like it has the melody. It kind of breaks down to the main melody that's going to be in the drop, but it's no bass. Right, and it's a lot of rises and drum beats, and it's kind of getting more intense without having like any bass in it really. There might have been some bass, but no beats, like no like, you know, no drop, no obvious drop yet. So it was building and building and building, and then drops, and it was just this epic. It was worthy of the drop. The drop as well was like this big epic melody really, where the bass was gliding up and down to the melody. So yeah, I like getting stuff said like that because I don't know. I have nothing to compare myself to compare my stuff to, because I don't try and sound like anything, so I don't start with a tune in mind. I know sometimes, to be fair, sometimes I do, but I always end up going off on one and going and doing something completely different. So the way to get started with an intro, I reckon, is experimental kind of sound design kind of stuff. And for that, I'm going to use Serum 2, because I Serum is my go-to, and then Serum 2 came out and made and added in some amazing extra new features that are like just amazing, like the spectral sampler. Johnny Hardman. I'm good, thank you. Yeah, I've had a bit of a break. I had like a burned out, and so I did, and I wasn't really getting anywhere for days. It's so dumb. Like I can't. I just keep trying, and I'm just too exhausted, and nothing good comes out of it. And then I have one really big sleep, get an early night, and then like today I feel good. I'm feeling tired already now though. But I did lots of productive stuff around the house, and I'm hoping to continue that right now. How are you? I've still not got around to doing the Afro House yet. Like I say, I won't forget. It's just I'll have to do like 10 Afro House tunes to come out with anything good. Louis, bro, doesn't know if he is in this one. Maybe he should be using Valhalla. Supermassive for those long tails. Maybe that's what's required for this introduction. We don't know. I'm going to be building tension somehow, so well, this is really I need to quit this just for now. I can see my own voice. So we need a sound to drop in. I found when I've used granular synthesizers anyway, and we're going to do that now as well. Let's get our rolling sampler here and drop it in here. Oh, it's gone. I could just set up 2 instances. It's definitely going to go before the sidechain kicks, because we don't want a ducked sound. Right, and I'm just going to press play. So that is going to be, how much of it do we need? Because we don't need 2 of everything, do we? I think from there that's like every sound, and then we just drag that here. there's probably quicker ways of doing this, and I know that people use Ableton. I wonder how people use FL. I think FL has some handy. It does actually have. Maybe that's why FL users really love FL, because for a long time it's had its own like sampler that's not just. It's like a separate sampler, isn't it? That actually samples audio within this little window, and then you can drag that and use it and stuff. That, and it doesn't involve you setting up a track, just for, like resampling track in Ableton, which is always the way it's been done for most Ableton users. I found it a bit cumbersome just setting up a separate track just to record a sample, because you'd end up with loads of tracks. But I love this rolling sampler, it's great. Do a DJ, where is that? In the airport in LA. Whoa, that's a mad place to be. Airports are crazy, aren't they? I've not been in an airport for a while. Thank you. Do I DJ? Yeah, I'm DJing on in July at Home of the Drum Festival in Wales. Dean Adjects as a collective this time. Well, I kind of have done a few times before, but yeah, mainly dubstep this time. In July it is. How about you? Do you DJ? Oh, it's ready. It's Ready Player One. I've not seen that. I wanted to actually. I thought I wanted to watch that after I'd seen the latest Black Mirror. I was like, oh, do you know what? I still haven't seen Ready Player One, which I understand is a kind of a fully immersive game, which kind of Black Mirror has done a few kind of types of episodes like that. And Crystal Pro, draw your message. Enjoy the. Let's plan the Afro House session. Let's do it. Enjoy the flying. Cheers, Johnny. You off anywhere nice? You off on your holidays, on your jollies? AC25, yes. If so, how do you find making music with him? Aislinn, good question. Yes, they are, and better than not using headphones, and better than the previous Sennheiser headphones that I had, which were really. I thought they sounded great, but it turns out they rolled off at like 16k. And when I finally got a pair of these, well, I heard all the DJs I was playing with had these. I tried them. I was like, everything sounds like crystal crispy clear and punchy. I'm gonna have to get some. And when I got some, I was like, wow, yeah, they help me make music. But and I've really gotten used to wearing them now. I can't trust speakers and rooms. I found that if I make stuff in headphones, it sounds good on speakers, but if I make stuff on speakers, it sounds bad in headphones. And then I've got this like trouble of mixing, and then extra trouble. Yes, I have Discord user 805. It's on my bio. If you go in my bio, it's a link tree. It's in there. The link to the Discord. We share tunes and production ideas and just stuff on there like around music production. That's quite new at the moment, but yeah, I do. You're welcome on, mystery user. I don't use massive. I do use massive wavetables though. I've lifted the wavetables and used them in Serum 2. I used to use massive. Fucking hell, that's a long time ago when I used to use massive. It was amazing though. Like it just could do stuff that nothing else could do. I know people still use it today. I think they fucked up because they did Massive X, and what they should have done is kept Massive exactly how it was and just added bits onto it. Like Serum has gone from Serum to Serum 2 and everything's backwards compatible. It's just they've added these extra things and made it even more functional. But Native Instruments decided to do a completely new interface for Massive X, and I looked at it, I downloaded it, I looked at it, I twiddled a few knobs, made some sounds. Oh, it sounds good, but I can't use it. I just couldn't use it because of the interface. But they're the choices you make as a software designer, and you win some, you lose some, I guess. Because I mean, they're pretty big, massive, aren't they? In other areas, yeah. Native Instruments. You have a pair for DJing. They are amazing. Yeah, these Scarlet ones got on my sound card. Yeah, I mean, I want some open back. I'd love a pair of open back headphones that are flat, like a flat frequency response, but I might not like them. But I really would like to try different pairs of headphones when producing. I'd also like to try a pair of, another type of closed back, but more expensive, more like that's cost a bit more. Not that loads of money necessarily buys you much better quality, but if it can help me hear my mistakes better, maybe that's not a good thing. I don't know. If it helps me to mix the bass, I think the relationship between the sub frequencies and the rest of the mix is really hard to guess on headphones. I think guess is the right word as well. I think you can't really know. You need to hear it on a big club system, but obviously you can't. And you don't necessarily have access to a big subwoofer in your room either. So you kind of have to guess, use meters and transient shifter. I've never heard of a transient shifter. Open back, nice. Okay, right. What model are they? Scarlet, is it? I don't know. Play what you're making. Basically, that is the loop. But what I'm trying to do is make an intro. So I've got some sounds here. Let's normalize this. So we've got some nice source sounds. Can we just normalize this bit? No, it's not. It's not an audio editor, is it? Maybe I should. Right, something I've not done yet. I don't think many people do this either. Is you can edit in an external amp. Amp. You can edit audio in this external software. Where the fuck do you do it then? Do that, edit. No sound. Would you like to select one? Here we go. So I've got an open source one that I use, which is great. Where is it though? Good question. Let's go in here. OSON audio, it's called. Open file location. And again. Open file. Where's open file location? There it is. There it is. OSON audio. So if I properties and then grab that copy and then go into here and press enter, we can click on it there like magic. But has it loaded our sample? Yes, it has. Right. So we're going to normalize that. Look at that as well. That's what I like. Sometimes you just need a symbol for normalization that looks like that. I don't usually do this. It's not necessary. You can do gain. You don't really need to worry about the gain. I can do all this in Ableton, but sometimes you just want to try something different, don't you? So if I close that now, way magic. Transient shifter, really simple stuff, bro. I've heard. I mean, like transient designer. Like I've used transient, like where you just control the transients of, like you lessen the attack and increase the sustain and stuff like that. Is normalizing compression? Normalizing is just, it's like No, it's not compression. It's just basically turning the volume up to maximum for all the audio within a range. So you could, if you chucked in a really quiet 5-minute sample and there's just one clap in it, and you normalize it, it will make everything as loud as it can without it clipping. So the clap will go to 0 dB. Everything else will be really quiet still, if you get what I mean. But compression actually would squash the clap, so you can turn everything up louder. JVZ. Man is so soft spoken. It's like I'm hearing David Attenborough. Thanks. That's a big compliment. I love David Attenborough. I can't do an impression of him though. Like, yeah, it just has to be literally technical talk. I can't talk about like the monkeys, the mother of the family is, doing something, cooking. SH450, right? Let me just Google this. Sorry, everyone. SH450. Right. It'll help me if I look at them. Oh, right. Scarlet. Oh, okay. Right. Did I say Aislinn? Thank you for following. The Native Instruments transient shifter is really good for getting the stabbiness out of your drums. Sometimes you want that. Yeah. One quick look at this as well. Transient shifter. Shifter? Or shaper? You might mean shaper. Transient shaper. Shifter's not coming up. They usually are called shapers, yeah. That one. That one. That's the one, yeah. They've made it nice and simple though, haven't they? I sometimes I don't use, sometimes I just fucking go in and change the attack of the sample because it's sometimes too much. But yeah, if you want to add nice attack transients and get rid of the ring, and yeah, it can be good. I reckon it's better that's more useful for recording acoustic and bands, because this kind of music, it's quite easy to just edit the envelopes of the samples. But when you're recording, when you've got a 5-minute drum track that someone's played on real drums, yeah, you need something a bit more automatic, don't you? Oh, I told you to get it. Yeah, no way. I'm surprised. I mean, it's good because less controls is sometimes better, really. It probably sounds really good, right? Sometimes you don't need a multi-band one. Maybe you just don't need a multi-band one at all. I use fucking hell, what's it called? It's in my favourites. Where is it though? Neutron 2. Yeah, I do use it sometimes. And then what I do is I use it and then I try, and sometimes it doesn't always do the job. So I then try other things, like say changing the attack, like actually putting in a slow attack on a snare drum, or especially hi-hats more often now, because it seems like not everything has to have a massive transient. But it's just something I've noticed about some D&B production. I've always gone for hard stuff where your transient comes through on, any speaker. But that's not always the best thing to do. Depends on the tune. But yeah, so it's like one broadband, and it's got the same. It's just attack release, attack sustain. It's got 3 curves, which I find it a bit frustrating that you can't like get more specific with it. But it is like doing auto detection of the transients. So I guess with this one, it's forced because it's not got a graph. It's forcing you to listen to what it's doing, and there is some kind of benefit to not actually seeing what you're doing. You actually, it's forcing you to use your ears, which is, you know, what people are going to be hearing. So yeah, that might be why Heist recommended it. Pick up to Heist. All right, Paul, how you doing? Paul Pipe. You don't want transients on hi-hats. It's always simple and smooth. They don't want to conflict with the width or with the drums. Yeah. No, it took me ages to figure that out. User 805. Yeah. Yeah. I think there's loads of early drum and bass where you had like a hard hi-hat, but it all kind of sounded quite distorted 15 years ago. When you compare a lot of tunes made 15 years ago with now, the production is very different. It's a lot clearer and bigger. Like, sounds are less conflicting. It's still easy to make stuff that conflicts, like I do all the time. Easy, Stan. I'm good, thanks. How are you? Getting a new plugin, Niconic KKR. No, I'm not getting a new plugin right now. Got my transient designer. There was another good transient designer. It was pretty much the same as this. It was the Waves one, but I don't use it. Hello. It. Oh, I don't know why. What did I think it said? Actually, because I thought he said, I don't know. I just translated in my head as a greeting. That's just insane. LOLO, you said. That's wild. I knew what you meant somehow. I think the intros on high shot transients should be sharper, so it's good for the DJs mix. See, it doesn't have to be sharp. Like, here I could go into speculation about the anatomy of a hi hat, but I don't want to because I don't know enough about it. There's a bit when the wood hits the metal, and you would hear that first, wouldn't you? And then you'd hear instantly, as soon as it hits the metal, the ripple would travel very fast across the, like, too fast to hear. It would just make the entire metal start vibrating really loud. So the transient would be the initial hit, but then they compress the hi-hats, don't they? So that that click of the hi-hat is squashed to the initial roar of the hi-hat of the metal resonating. I don't know. I mean, if you look at the anatomy of a 909 hi-hat, which is obviously massively used in dance music, that's like a very musical hi-hat, isn't it? That's why it's used so much. It's got some tonal quality. It's got a little bit of, I think it's got some noise. It sounds like it's got some noise in there. And it might have a bit of an attack. But the whole thing might be it might just be what do you call it? Just a constant decay of level. Or it might be when it's compressed by a D&B producer, it might be, or just clipped, like just not clipped, but like a clip of a hi-hat, like just a barely any tail, just a. So the transient is the entire thing. Then I guess I don't know. Thin out loops. Good to see you. I want to use it to not loop to make things easy to resample stuff anyway. Okay. By the way, greetings from Germany. Iconic greetings from Wales. With love from Wales to Germany. A lot of sonic science in this, innit? Yeah, no, I mean, it's like, it kind of helps to know it because you can kind of figure it out from the ground up, but I think maybe that takes longer. I don't know. Hi-hats like micro claps. I prefer to start intros breaks with pads, FX, bass line to start before introducing percussions. Intros. Pads. So that's what I guess that one was what I'm going to do actually. But I'm going to use this bass. So what should we use first? I mean, I'll try granular first, and I'll chuck these basses which I just made, which I just resampled. These are just all the basses turned into a wave to give something. It's like giving food to Serum 2's granular or Serum, because you can just like do so much crazy stuff with a granular sampler. I've used quite a lot, most of them that are out there, and there's one that I really like, and I think the Serum 2 one is actually proving to be pretty good. Each time I've tested it so far, it's doing what I could do in this Ableton one that I was using, Max for Life one, which I'm looking for a replacement for because it's the developers not maintaining it and it's full of bugs. It's not Ableton who maintain it, but it is you can buy it on their website. Oops, my phone. Why is it still playing those out? Herb's too hot. Herb's too hot. How are you doing? I'm good, thank you. How are you? Where's the best place in Wales to go for D&B raves? I'm still looking for the answer to this. There's probably more down south in Cardiff, yeah. There was one last weekend, not this weekend, last weekend, as far as I know. So it's the first time I've really heard about one, and it wasn't that far from me. I don't know if it went ahead. I couldn't make it, sadly. I really wouldn't. I feel like my body needs to get to one. I'm overdue. This is what Harmo feels. Oh, it's Harmo granular sampler. Newport, says Superstar. Bristol, yeah. As soon as you're in Bristol, you're in like the city of drum and bass now. Like, sure, Manchester's got some, but there's that fucking bad greedy twat who's like contracted all the D&B DJs into only being able to play at his venue. Sasha Lord, who runs the Warehouse Project. What a twat. So you can't, but when I lived in Manchester, you couldn't just put a night on, and you used to be able to just like get, pretty big DJs, you just ring a guy, he rings another guy, and you can put on a night with some pretty big names in the D&B circuit DJs. But now everyone just signed some kind of contract with Sasha Lord to play Warehouse Project every so often. He obviously gives them loads of money for that contract, but that means that DJ then can't play anywhere else in Manchester. Crazy, that, isn't it? It's greedy, monopolistic behaviour. I don't agree with it. If I wanted to make loads of money, I wouldn't do it like that. In fact, loads of money wouldn't make me happy. So I wonder how happy he is knowing that loads of people hate him. He probably doesn't care, does he? Hammer is a done plugin. If you make D&B drum bass, check out Antidote presets. Sasha Lord. That's how I understand it, yeah. That I think it's something to do with that these DJs have obviously agreed. The only way to do that is through a contract, like a legally binding. I think Paul, because it pays well, he's obviously offering them like, you know, I'll give you £2,000 every year and you can play every year. Or it could be more than that. I don't know what would bend a DJs. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't fall for it. It's hard though because DJs want fucking money. They also DJs also want to like prove they kind of want to like prove that to family members especially and friends that this is actually their passion in life is actually, you know, work and pays like a job, and getting £2,000 or however, I have no idea how much it is. It's a great way of showing that you're serious, isn't it? It's an unfortunate position to be in. I'm lucky to be in a position where, you know, I've always loved to make money from DJing, or, you know, I did once in my 20s. I was able to go, I want to be a touring DJ. Didn't happen for various reasons, but yeah, it would have been nice to make a living from DJing. That's like a dream. But now I'm just like, I'm happy producing and doing what I do in my daytime, my day job and stuff, and just having a few hours at night. And I don't have any, I'm not making it for money, so it's like a pure art. It's really important. If you want to make art that's like unique, different, you don't want to be like following formulas too much, you know. But that stuff doesn't sell, as I have found. So it depends what you want. There's nothing wrong with either. Like I'll happily do commissions to a spec because they're quite fun. They're fun to do. But it's important for me that I also do my art and express myself in ways that aren't really thinking about, oh, what those people won't like it, you know. So I'll change this bit because that'll make those people like it, because that's like pointless, isn't it? Yeah, the local scene, exactly. Yeah, performing like that is overhyped. I don't know, because loads of people, it's like the place to go. I went to the Warehouse Project a few times when it first began, and it was massive. It was this massive legal rave, and it was inside where it's near Victoria Station, like right next to Victoria Station. So it is like the biggest, kind of like the biggest venue in Manchester, but they've cornered it off and taken all the artists in a really fucked up way. I don't think it's nice. I don't think it's nice to do what he's done. He's made loads of money from it, and he's made the experience as a one-stop place. For if you're in Manchester and you only go out once a month or once or 2 months, you just go that, and you like D&B, that's where you go, and that's where you'll see all the top artists. So it's good for those people as well, but I don't think it's necessary to cut those artists off from smaller events, you know. Is it actually true? Yeah, look up Sasha Lord. The contract stuff, I can't remember if it says anything about that. I'm sure that I've heard about it. I'm just guessing about the actual contract. No, I'll have to look it up again. Is it actually true? I think it is true. Like look at Sasha Lord. There's like articles on him. Yeah, I'm from Manchester. Originally lived in Wales for 3 years now. Right. Let's make this do some singing. So let's change the random pitch. Let's density all the way up. Props and Rowney, yeah. Props and Rowney. Props. I remember Rowney, but yeah, Props was with like was a duo with Rowney, right? Like I seen him. That was a long time ago. Um, do they still make tunes? I don't know. Last time I heard from Rowney, he released like a massive like, zip file full of tunes. Don't know if he's still doing it. I've not seen him on Insta though, do much at the moment. But I don't go on my. I've got a D&B Insta. That's just for D&B. Love Manchester United or City. I don't really do football. I live in Wrexham and people are going mad for Wrexham. So if I say I'm from Wrexham, everyone goes, "Oh yeah, the football." I'm like, yeah, I can watch a football game. I can. I don't hate it. That's just match day. I'm making tunes. There could be whoa, that sounds alien. Do you smoke trees now? I used to. The Devil's Lettuce. They're from Manchester, yeah. I know. I did see them. As I kind of got into like there was a club night. Oh my gosh, what was it called? It's Daylight Robbery Sound System. I used to play at the end of Rush Hour. That was that the first time I actually went out to a club? It was quite late for me. Like for at the age I was, I can't remember how old I was. No, what the fuck am I talking about? I've been out to massive raves before that, but I don't think I'd ever been to a small little club. Anyway, it was wicked, and I remember seeing Props and Rowney do a set there. I'm sure they did. Fabric, no, Fabric sounds awesome. Like, and it's the fact it's still going. It's kind of like Fabric. I used to listen to Fabio Groove on the radio and record it onto cassette tape and listen to it going to college. It was a long time ago. And there's some amazing moments where they would just broadcast from Fabric the whole set, the whole 2 hours. But it does look really no way. You've both been. I would love to go. I would still love to go just to see it, just to fucking like see the shape of it. Like, and just imagine that like to hit the sort of dance music historical place. There's like a significance to it. It feels like almost a spiritual significance. That wow, this is where a lot of tunes were played and broken for the first time. I think that would be really cool to experience. It would just make the night extra special for me. So yeah, to get down to London and to buy a fucking Fabric ticket at how much they cost. It's almost like it's like one day at a festival almost. Maybe I should treat it like that. Go down to London, spend the day there, and then go into Fabric. Be mad. More like nightclubs opened, right? Still underground. That's it. You want it to be underground? Well, just play underground music. It's just the haters will go away. So that's the mad thing about granular samplers is that that note sounds good. If I play an octave up, totally different. If I play another octave up, I think that's the sweet spot. I think there's baby crying. Just have to see. 20. Alright. I thought they were like 45 quid or something. Would you ever work on a track with a gritty spoken word poetry? maybe it depends what the. I'm so like I'm so scared of working with a a lyricist word writer because I'm really words are very powerful, aren't they? And it's hard to choose. I've written songs before, but it's hard to. I know. Like I should just let it go, right? I think that right. I like Public Enemy, right? That's hopefully that answers your question. It's if there's commentary on. See again, depends how I feel because sometimes I want music to be escapism. Words bring a lot of meaning in when sometimes I like the music to just speak on its own. Um, Vocal hits, cool. I've also thought maybe I would be into a vocal on an intro. Um, I'm not completely against working with someone with words singing or vocals, but I just don't want to be like I don't want someone to send me loads of words and say, "Here you go, whack this on the track," and I'm just like, I don't want to use that. They might be good words. Oops. Hi, I just got a heart of Mad Kiara. Thank you. Everything froze then. That was weird. Um, don't be scared. Be prepared. Feel the rhythm. Feel the rhyme. You know what I mean, Paul. And this is why I've struggled to put words into my tunes for years because I don't know what I want. I don't know. There's got to be a way. There's got to be a way to collab. Like, so what about if I'd have to like come up with the idea or not come up with the idea, but do you know what I mean? Just sort of say, make it about the struggle, like the trans struggle, but like do it like in metaphors. So that it can so that you can chill out to it as well at the same time. It's like this impossible thing. Not all music, because music is so powerful and it is used. It can be used as like an evil thing. So there has to be like a balance. There has to be the um, something that promotes love and kindness made by people like us. Um, and so I make mostly escapism stuff, which is why music's great, isn't it? For dancing and escapism. But words, there'll be a way. There'll be a way. You just watch. There'll be someone's actually. I'm working on a remix for someone that just actually proves that maybe I'm not that uptight about it because it's it's kind of a story. Sounds a bit like a love song. It's hard to tell exactly what the subject matter is. It sounds kind of cute and like a love song, but it's not totally obvious. I think that'll work. But then again, Public Enemy, who I love, do just say how it is. That's but they do it in a way that's Dog Hearts. Hi. How do I join in the chat you've got on screen? So the chat I've got on screen is on TikTok. If I do that, so it's actually Dog Hearts I'm doing a remix for. But yeah, Paul, I don't know what to do about that. How about one way it might not work, but you could just send a clip, just whatever dubstep speed if you've done it to a tempo, then I can just drop it in a project. Like if you've already done like the recording and it's just you, and you've done it to a tempo where I can just drop it in. There's no harm in me trying, as I can just go and say, I'll either say that's brilliant, it works, let's collab, and the collab's almost done, or or I won't reply. I'll say, I like that. I'll just say, I like that. Either 140 or 175. I would love to do some like high energy 175 like stuff as well. And it's one of them, like the more stuff you send over, the more often, the more likely that something will work, you know. Yes, I was talking about you. Our remix. It's because I was like words. I don't really do words in my productions, but then I remembered I am actually working with Dog Hearts, who's a singer and producer. I did just see your stream on Twitch briefly. I had to come online here because this is my only chance to do it. I would have loved to have logged in and chatted to you on Twitch, but that looked really cool what you were working on. Okay, it could be Dynamite Paul. So there's a few sounds here. Let's put a big reverb on. Or something anyway that can... I think Hyper Dimension just does the same thing it always does. So we need a reverb. A big convolution reverb. Oh, I still haven't tried these other vintage. I'm sure some of them have got extra settings. Is it bass? No. There it is. These extra modes. I don't know what this is. Easy Craig, how you doing? Sounds too big. Oh. Good. Good, thanks. Yeah, I'm making an intro. I was like chatting for ages now. I almost forgot what I was doing. Just have a few of these first because we can always mute them afterwards. In fact, we'll mute them now, but let's duplicate and keep going with this. So I'll turn that reverb off for a minute again. We'll find another interesting bit in this. Density scan. Pitch. There's one setting I usually play with. Anyway, this isn't. Ooh. Sounds pretty big all of a sudden. I mean, I think that could be the tune itself, couldn't it? But we'll see. Let's just get the best bit. Wish there was a button to tap in and out of the window. You know, like just press A button and serum goes away, and then press it again and it comes back. There's got to be a way. There's got to be a way of doing that in auto hotkey or something. All the way to the end. I'll just press legato. Look. Oops. Yeah. Loop. And this, I want to automate doing that as well. So I can just loops it. Yeah, something to think about, Paul. Send, I don't know, 8 bars, 16 bars? I don't know, however. There might be a way. Take care. So yeah, after the drop it goes. What's the sound here? What I had before? Sounds really dark and unmelodic, that one. Right, duplicate again. Duplicate. See if we can say it yeah, when you get the length short, that's when things start changing them a lot. You kind of tune it a bit there as well. That's fun to play in. Just playing around. Filter loads of that out with a band pass. Next we're going to try a spectral. legato. Kiara, thanks for sending a heart again. I know you already sent one. Wayne Grundy, thanks for following. Aran Khan, cheers. NSM Pre. NSM Pre. That alarm sound gives PTSD. You used to have one for work that gave that same sound. Zeno, what's good? Hi. Stylus and Zeno. What's good? Instant. Don't know what that sound is. I don't know why it's there, but it's staying. Okay, another same track. New one. Gonna drag in that same sound, but this time it's gonna go into spectral. Just kind of, I guess what I'm doing now is splurging. Lots of sounds for that may or may not go in this intro. That's not what I expected. What's happening? Okay. It's the spectral thing is like instant music. It's just you put a musical sound in there, and what you play back is like music. Basically, just watch what I'm doing. Cause all I'm doing is messing around with things that allow you to manipulate sound, and I'm just trial and erroring a lot of the time. I think after a while of trial and error, you get to know a bit better what does what, so that the next time you come to make a little decision about which way to take a sound, you could probably get there quicker because you know which things get you there. But yeah, that's sound design to me. I didn't even know it was called sound design for ages. I was like, to make D&B, yeah, you can use presets, you can use splice samples, but I've on the whole done mostly just messing around with synthesizers, and that's called sound design apparently. So yeah, I would do that. It takes longer though, but I think it's much more rewarding, like making your own sounds. Yeah, for sure. Thanks for following anyway. I agree. Yeah, Craig. Yeah, it is. Like I can't use a sound. I just have to make my own. Like this is why spectral and granular are really good, because you can just, if you've already made some sounds anywhere in any project, just record them to like a 10 seconds of WAV and just drop one in and start messing with segments of it. That's an instant lead, like for another track, it's done. Maybe add a bit of delay and some effects to it and really make this, and then actually save as a preset. That would really be doing sound design then, actually saving presets, which I should be doing, because it would make my life easier tomorrow when I'm looking for the same sound. So yeah, these things here, spectral. Whoa, what the fuck is this done? That's just by turning that on, that's completely mangled it. The icon for taking notes. Taking notes is so, like, such a good idea. I've taken so many notes. I've got pads full of notes from things that I really for like actually how to finish lots of music. There's I was listening to Mike Monday and I was just like pausing video to fucking catch up. Definitely helps to take notes, especially with pen and paper. It helps you to remember it. This would rip your CPUs to shreds. So, one thing did yesterday rip my CPU to shreds, and that was doing. What was it now? It was a granular sampler with maximum grains and maximum unison as well. I started crackling, started going to 100%. Kind of expected, really. Oh, that's kind of why the Ableton one is not the Ableton stock one. It's called Grain Scanner, which is a paid Max for Live plugin that doesn't. It works. It's got a few bugs, and you can have 128 grains on there, and it doesn't flinch. I made a whole album with it. So good. It's an ambient album, so it's great for making textures. But yeah, that's all I'm doing right now is just messing around. See if there's like any pad sounds that kind of jump out to me. Or even just like just one-off sound effects. Like. Random. See if I whack some delay on that. The screen adjusts with the mouse, so that's OBS, Open Broadcast System freeware, and outputs into TikTok Live Studio. And I've made a video on how to do it. OBS zoom to mouse. Just rip it to shreds. Granular synth, I can't use it. Oh no, you must have. Yeah, I mean, for years now I've had quite fast processors, so I've forgotten what it's like to be like at the bottom end of the CPUs, which I was for many years. Where am I from? Manchester, Cheshire, but now I live in Wales. Oh, it sounds like a little computer game chirp. Like you've just picked up the magic star at the end of the game. at the end of the level. Oh, you know what? Do you know what? Just reset Dog Hearts. I don't know if Dog Hearts, if he's still with us, but I completely forgot that you were sending messages. It's because I moved it onto this screen. I can't see it. It goes away. I will join you another time on your stream. Right, I'm going to record this sounding anyway. I need a Mac upgrade to get the full potential. Yeah. See, this is the decision I made a long ago, is that with any money that I had, I put it into my passion. My passion's music. Well, you know, like if you've got money for your hobby or your passion, after you've paid for all the kids' holidays and everything, and you have a bit of money. If you have a bit of money for yourself, spend it all on CPU power. Spend it on the fastest CPU that can run the fastest RAM. Focus everything on there, because, well, the way people, not everyone works like that. You could run a computer from 10 years ago and have a room full of analog synthesizers and have a completely different workflow and still make amazing music. But the way I like edit kind of music, where there's lots of edits and it's quicker done, all in the computer pretty much. As much as I'd love a Moog just there, I really would. I've got the room just about to record some analog stuff in sometimes, especially pads. It's different getting like sound design for pads. I think outboard analog stuff would sound amazing. But what I've done is I've chosen to spend, instead of spending $1,000 on a synthesizer, I've spent nearly $1,000 on a fast computer. It's Windows, so it's like, it's an AMD, and it's like it was the pretty much the second, well, the fastest mobile chip of that year. So it's like, it was one of the fastest ones, but because it's a mobile chip, it's a bit cheaper and takes way less space. But there are little bottlenecks, but it's still really fast. I can run Serum 2 just about. I can run lots of Serum 2s at once, which is what I need in my life. i5s are good. Oh, right, is it i5 2018? Right, yeah, that's going a bit out of date now, isn't it? Like for the demands of like Serum and stuff, yeah, for sure. Are you currently living in Manny? No way. I lived in Moss Side for quite a while, and Chorlton before that. Getting a new Mac. Why not PC? Yeah, I think, don't you get a bit more CPU for your book if you use Windows? Are you in TikTok, Dog House? So yeah, I'd completely, because I'd moved that off the screen, I just forgot its existence. I need that chat window on this screen to see if anyone types anything in it. If I have it always on top, I probably won't see it. It might get in the way, you know. You just got more RAM. Is it running better now? Can you load up like bigger Ableton projects faster? They are. So yeah, the equivalent Intel was roughly the same price, and it was a real tough decision between the Intel mini PC. It was, what's it called, a Geekom A8 I've got, and then there's the Intel version, is the IT13, which is 13th gen, and the AMD one is roughly the same. Like for the same price, you get roughly the same speed. They're just like neck and neck with memory speed, and you know. Moss Side, no way from you lived or just live in Moss Side still? No way. I do miss the carnival. I do miss I've not been to the carnival now for a few years. Pull out my book. I followed, did I? You has followed the live creator. Salford. Yeah. I lived in Salford as well. I forgot about that. That was a strange time for me. In a house, in a rented bungalow that I couldn't even afford. It was crazy times. Bicester. That feels like it should be pronounced differently. Bicester. But yeah, Bicester. Funny how the bi is like. Okay, see. Thanks. Bicester. Lived there during uni. Nice. Big up Bicester. Massive. From Rose Lanark massive. There's not many people live here. There's enough though. It's pretty big. Outside of Wrexham. Okay, let me record this. Big Batty. So yeah, just repeat that again. I think I'm going to have to program a macro that if I press tab, serum disappears, and if I press tab again, serum comes back. It'd be some, I don't even know how I'm going to do that. It's probably not possible without it. Does this intro match the drop? I don't think it does. Thanks, Craig. I think it needs a riser, doesn't it? It at least needs a riser. Another serum. Quick riser. Boom. I don't know how to make risers. I always guess every time. There's no right or wrong way. Put a bit of reverb on already. It is, isn't it? Because you can just drop them in. I've been meaning to make. Do you know? I should spend the whole day just making risers. See how many I can make. See if I can make one every 5 minutes. Yeah, so in an hour, I'd have 12, wouldn't I? I'd have 12 risers. See if I can do one in 3 minutes. Like the rule is 3 minutes. Time stretch. So I'm like, time stretch. You probably wouldn't hear it, would you? But I'm like, I like to keep those waves pure, even though you know. I try not to use time stretch. In jungle, I use time stretching. The vocals. It's good for vocals. some warpy warp things. How do you... Excuse me. Asymmetry. Okay. Let's just do two signs. Again, let's do a bit of movement. I'll stick with it for now. Tab's not working. Tab. I need to actually hear some rises. They don't always stick in my... When I've heard them in other tracks, I know they're there. I think quite often they're just noise, aren't they? Should we do two rises? One, a noise one. Which should be a lot easier, right? We just turn noise on. I love that you can have actual generated... Oh, let's go for white noise, actually. Pink noise, I mean. Let me just get the filter. Whack that on there. And do it for 8 bars again. Turn the tone off. Oh, wrong one. Turn it to high. Ooh, no, bandpass again. Peak. What's a peak? That's not peak. Band. Actual generated pink noise. It's nice to know. It's like the closest thing you're going to get in a computer to sitting by a river, like a waterfall. do a bit of pumping with I don't know about this one. Something's not quite. Is it too high? So I've done that for now, but what else? Take things away. So drum roll, of course. Gotta have a drum roll. Gotta have like a kick roll. So yeah, quickest kick roll. Use the kick that's in here. New audio track. Is that the quickest way? It might be best just doing a drum rack track. Can I do a drum rack? F6. Oop. No. See, I've got too much power. It's corrupting me now. Control F6. Oops. Yeah, give me a drum rack. There we go. We drag that into the drum rack. Oh, why did it do that again? Go back there. Do I need to add a sampler? Okay. We're going to add instrument with the new sampler thing. What's it called? Drum sampler. Add that into C. And drag that in like that. There we go. And length. Gotta find C now. There it is. And then we're going to put Control Shift. Wait a minute. Control Shift N to insert an empty part. Insert one note. Press legato to fill it all the way to the end. It's a loop. Then we just loop that. And we add an arpeggio. See, I could have saved time. I could always save time. By saving this. So I'd have to do it again next time. And then yes. Okay. Suddenly sounds like D&B. Is the first note louder? Oh, because yeah, it's the same kick. Automate to the 16th. These effects here, pitch. Another thing we can automate here. Automate the volume as well. I think it was distorting. No, well under there. Sounds distorted as fuck. So now I'm thinking this bass, it would suit a tune with a different bass in it. I'll show you what I mean. I'm going to save it. I'm going to save it as a new song first. Oh no, it's the same song. It's the same song. Save. Let's just delete these here, or mute them. Oh no, delete after. I need to delete those actually, and then drag this bass, keep this bass going. This could be the tune. I'm not sure. What about that feels good, it's good feel that in it. Undo. Yeah, it's great low fill. This one is from Splice. I think it was, I know it is a 175, yeah. Antoine, thank you for following. It's a nice feel suggest using like a split second of silence just for the drop. Yeah, it's always a good idea though, isn't it? Yeah. It's amazing how just such a short amount of silence can do what it can do. There's that similar. I quite like Simula's production at the moment. I'm taking ideas from Simula. Like some of them are quite soft, like soft drum beats. They've got not much attack and they work really well. But yeah, there's one I can't remember what track it is, but in the build up, it just has this where you wouldn't expect. I think a bit of silence, just a tiny little segment of complete silence, and it's like a movie moment where something's about to go off. I think everything would need to be silent as well, not just the drum break here, would it? That's very loud. So this is a different pattern. So I want to use more like does that silence only, is that what makes it so dramatic? It's because it's just one bit of the whole tune. Would silence also sound good like elsewhere? What I've always wondered. Ayrton Ferraria. Ayrton Ferraria, thank you. That's like a separate window there. Good job. Good job. Thank you. Do you make money? As the years go on, I make just a little bit more money each year from like Spotify streams, and I've sold the rights to not the rights. I've made it. Basically, my tune's going to be in a computer game. Forgot what it was called. It sounds like a startup, but they've paid for the music. Yeah, it's going well for me. Slowly, not enough to really pay the bills. It pays for the bills of, like I've got a SoundCloud. I've actually not got a SoundCloud Pro account at the moment, but for stuff like that, hosting and stuff, if I can get those things paying for themselves, it's a start, isn't it? But yeah, good things are coming my way. It's just taking forever. I'm not in a rush. It is. So it is. Yeah, it is the slow game. I think just basically pretty much almost every artist is like poor. Because they want to put all their time into it, but it's one of the hardest ways to actually make money. Surely, if you want money, music's not the thing to go into, is it? You've got to divide your time, haven't you, between working for a wage and doing the thing you love. Otherwise, I mean, I could live in a squat and have a half broken laptop and get scrapped out of the bin. I could live like that, but I can't live like that now anyway, because I've got kids. Can't really do that anymore. But I never did that anyway. But it was always an option. It's like if I wanted to completely give up working like for people for money, that's what I would do. And a lot of artists do that. But I think what's good for you is working, because while you're at work, hopefully you're not at one of those jobs that completely screws your head up. You can sort of like think about what you're going to do when you get home, and with the time you have, you use it more valuably. Sure. Like I only get 2 hours a night if I'm lucky. It's not even every night. It's better than the 1 hour when the kids were just 1 year old. Not even 1 year old. I barely had any time. But also great tip as well. If you want to like totally make your motivation go through the fucking roof for your passion, is have kids, because you really want to, and all your other hobbies will go. You'll stop everything else and you just do the one thing that you love. But because you're working so hard through the day, bringing up kids, when they're finally in bed, you just like got this. You just razor sharp at everything. Just stays. You'd think it'd be the other way around. You'd think it would knock you out so much that you wouldn't. You just want to go straight to bed. And most people, they'll just enjoy other things like computer games and Netflix, going to the pub. But I know what I like doing. It's not very sociable, but this side of it is. I love doing this, connecting. I think the baby's crying now, actually. One of them. Please go back to sleep. Maybe if I speak to quieter, send a message. Oh. Very poor. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I am. Oh, milk. She's asking for milk. Okay. What time is it? I've been on for nearly 2 hours, to be fair. Let's just hear this one more time. I might have to go now, actually. But Craig, thank you. And Dog Hearts for tuning in. G, looks like G's just arrived. It is that. I mean, this is the proof that it is. I'm a lifer. Someone called me a lifer a long time ago, and I said, "What's a lifer?" It says, "Well, it's just you're gonna be doing music for life." And I'm like, "Yeah, I can't see myself stopping." If having 2 twins hasn't stopped me, then nothing will. Going deaf, maybe. I'll just paint instead, or do like really elaborate something else. I don't know why it has to be elaborate. One last listen. Or change this bass. This sounds out of tune compared to that. I've got the medals, thank you. big. Yeah, I've confused myself with a little bit with like there was like a phrase that was quite reliable, and I've changed it. So. I think that sounds better. That was what was there before. Maybe this one can go in the end. So we just have 4 and then one last one. Thanks, Alara. Olafarian, that's a cool name. I love that compliment. I've had that a few times. I feel like I've got the passion of a 25-year-old and the looks of it going that way. Yeah. I'm pretty sure there's some like breath sounds in this break here. Alright, no breath. Oh, one thing that you can have sometimes is the bit of an intro at the end. See that silence? The silence is again. She's crying. It might work in the club, might do. So sometimes that's all it takes is a build, a good build to get you going. But yeah, by the time this tune's finished, I might have changed some of this phrasing. Even though I like how it sounds now, maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should just go, this is good how it is. It's got movement in that second bass. Ooh. Right, guys, thank you. I need to go now. Baby Craig. Have an awesome Tuesday. And I will see you soon. Thanks for watching. Go on my Discord for further chat, share tunes. Hi Pex. Good evening. Right, I've got